Hello, welcome back to another Ruffa Sports Cards video. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over my entire PSA submission. I'm going to be going over what I think each grade should get, what I'm hoping it gets. I haven't graded before, so this is my first PSA submission. I won't have the results in this video. I'll more than likely have it in whenever I get them back, but probably in 2 months or so. So I'll do a blind reveal. Hopefully, nothing gets spoiled for me before I open them on camera for you guys. But I wanted to go over the submission because they're having an NFL special this month. It's like $16 a card or something like that. Maybe 15. I think it might be $16.99. So I think it might be $15.99 per card. So wanted to submit these guys. I actually might have a couple more. So we'll see. I might add those in at the end. I have notes on every one that has these stickers and all that. These ones I don't. I'm just kind of gonna run through my thought process here. So this is a National Treasures Travis Kelce. It's from 2017, 2018. This deal I paid up a little bit for it. That's where these two cards came in. So I wanted to try to potentially grade some. I'm a little worried about this card in particular. It looks like it might have some edge issues, potentially. It's also a thicker stock National Treasures card. And it's Travis Kelce, who now has a lot of name hype to him. But in the card saver, it looks like it has edge issues here. On the back is where it really has edge issues once you remove it from the card saver. But once you remove it from the card saver, it's not those aren't there. There's also some like surface issues, but I'm not too worried about getting a 10 on this card because the highest graded of this particular card, the red jersey numbers, numbered to 87 from this year's National Treasures, is only a PSA 8. So if we hit a PSA 8 on this card, I am perfectly fine with that. It might even get a 9. I would guess it does get an 8, just based off of what I saw when I looked at it again. I would be really happy with a 9. It would be the highest graded of this card. Yeah, man, if a 10 happens, I don't know. I don't think it will, but they might see this card and be like, well, it's so nice just from visual formatting, like what it looks like. But we'll see on that one. Brian Urlacher, Bowman Chrome rookie. So I thought this had a shot at 10. I'm gonna have to look over it again. So what I'm gonna do is before I send them all in, I am going to remove them from these card savers, remove the graded card bag, graded card sleeve, and then make sure that I wipe them down with a fresh microfiber, do one last inspection, get them into a card saver, maybe a new one, we'll see. It depends on how bad these ones are, but then I'm gonna send it out. I have about a little under 2 weeks, so I gotta get it going. But this one I think might gem. It's just a little bit off-centered. I couldn't notice anything else with this card. I'm going to have to look over it again. Hoping this one does get a 10 because that would help out the submission here. This one's a PS2 Patrick Surtain II for the Broncos. He's a defensive back. Numbered to 49 as a true blue. I don't think any slab cards of this has ever sold, so something like this might be a little nice. It does look like it's a little off-center top to bottom, just from what I'm guessing. Might not be. It might just be the design, but it does kind of look like it would be off-center top to bottom. We'll see. We'll see still, though. He's got some hype to him. I think it might be worth a shot at grading. This Luke Musgrave, I didn't see much, if anything, wrong with it. It's a laser parallel. People call them orange lasers, but it's just a laser. That's what's going to be on the slab. I think it does get a 10. I wanted to get a Luke Musgrave card in here because I believe in him. And I have a Tucker Craft later on in here. So now I have notes that I can go over on what I noted when looking at these cards. So this one's going to be a test for me. I want to gauge an idea on what they would grade this card. So it has two surface dots / dimples on the front. Back has some print lines. And it's running horizontal. So my guess is that it's a high 9.5 /9 because PSA I don't think does 9.5s anymore. But I said potentially a 10 just because it's so clean, but it does have those two. I don't think, I said I doubt it. So my guess is a low 9 to an 8, and my guess would be it gets a 9. So I wanted to gauge my idea when looking at cards and see if I am on the right track with that card. So this one is a Nick Chubb. Let me try to find it real quick. A Nick Chubb. This is spotless on the front, 2 tiny surface dots on the back, and some lines. It's not running far, but they're running horizontal or vertical. Sorry, they're running vertical, and it's about 1/10 of the card where they are running. So it's not the entire card that has the vertical print lines, but it does have some. So my guess is at the high 10, low 9 to 10. So I think I doubt that it gets a 9. It might get a 9 just because of some print lines that it had. That 1/10 of a print line on the card. But my guess is it does get a 10 is what my hope is, my guess there. This one I think has a shot at a 10, just to be honest. It just has this one print line. Let me look through at my notes here real quick. So the Joe Burrow, it has 2 lines on the front of the card. One's by his helmet and one's by his helmet on the front, and one in the middle front. It's mainly clean, I put on there. So I guessed a high 9, low 8. My guess was a 9. Honestly, I think this one could 10. So I would be really happy with a 10. This is a case hit from Luminance. It's a really beautiful card. It really might get a 10, so we're hoping there. I do think it might get a 10. My guess is a 9. That's just me trying to be conservative on my guesses. Hopefully to be happier with PSA than being sad. But JSN, it's a Lava Prism Parallel from Phoenix. This is a fired up insert, so really cool. Pretty much a parallel match. I like to call this one just as a joke. But it has a surface scratch on, it's very light on the surface scratch. Height, I put it high 10. I doubt that it will get a 10. So my true guess is that it's a high 9, low 9 to 8. I don't think it would get an 8, but my guess is a 9 here. Also, here is just kind of testing it out. If I get a 10, I'm going to be really happy on that one. This is a Nico Collins. So, this Nico Collins, slight print lines on the back, and on the front, it's very nice, I put. So, I put high 10, and I doubt it, and then I put 9, so more likely a high 9. Low 8 to 9, my guess is a 9. I think this could still get a 10. I'm also just really hoping that some of these ones I get better grades on than what I guess is the whole point. And also, you know, being more realistic with my card. This is a Chad Ochocinco Johnson. It's numbered out of 500 on-card autograph. It's his long-form autograph. He stopped doing it after a little bit of his rookie products, but this one has it. 2 minimal whitenings on the back. Two minimal white spots on the back edge. And then, yeah, so I guess I put potential white spots on the edges. I'm not too sure. But high 10, I put a 9. I don't think it would get a 9, though. I really do think this one would get a 10. Low 9. My guess is a 9 or a 10, and I circled 10. So I do hope this one gems. That would be really nice because I don't think there's much high grades of that card. So this one's a Marvin Harrison. It's a rookie ink error card, I think, because it's 1998. His rookie year was 1996. But Marvin Harrison, it's an on-card autograph. The highest grade of this card is also a PSA 8. My guess is that it's a high 9, low 7 to 8, because there's some surface like dimples or indents on the card. Not too sure how they're going to grade that, if they're going to take that into consideration when grading this card, because I don't know if that's just like that stock that they used back then on this collector's edge set, if that just happened to be on some of the cards or what. But my guess is that it gets an 8. I'd be really happy with an 8 here. because it's the highest grade. So it'd be really nice to get a highest population card of that era rookie ink. Marvin Harrison. Tank Dell. So there is 2 surface dots. It's very light, very slight. 2 surface dots and 4 slightly ding corners. So my guess is it's a high 9. I doubt it gets a 10, but it is so beautiful. It surely could. My low guess is 8 to 9. My guess is a 9. So I do think that comes back a 9. Hopefully not getting a 9 on that one. Hopefully some of these come back 10s when I do think they're 9s. This is a Bryce Young Contours teal prism. These contours sell really well. A beautiful, beautiful insert. Also color match for the Panthers. I think people are doubting him, counting him out too soon. So wanted to try to send this one in. This one has print lines, line running vertically where he is facing on the front. So I'm guessing it's like right here somewhere. So it's like really right where he's looking. So that's why I dock this one a lot. I think that someone's going to look at that card and be like, oh, that's rough. And, oh, that's Ruffa. Pun intended. Sorry. Okay. But so I think they're going to look at that. If they do look at really, really detailed on this card, they're going to see it and be like, ooh. So I think it's a high 10 to a 9. Maybe. I just don't know if it's going to get a 10. Low 9. I don't think it's going to get any lower than a 9. My guess is a 9. It is also a little off-centered. Very, very minimal. So here's a Tucker Craft green prism from Phoenix. It's numbered out of 25. It's a true rookie of Tucker Craft. He's a tight end for the Packers. A.J. Dillon collects him. A lot of people really like him as a player and a person. So there's slight surface flaws / imperfections on this card. I put it probably going to get a high 10. My guess is a low 9. I did 9 because I'm guessing it probably does have a chance to get a 9. And then I said maybe a 10 on the low side. But my guess is it does get a 10. Maybe a low 9. That's just where I'm at with that card. This one has a couple things, couple marks that impacts this card. But I still want to send it in. I think Jalen Hurts is going to have a huge year. Jalen Hurts Prism Black Silver Prism rookie. It's a high 9 grade, I think, because it's off-centered on the front. And then on the back here, there's a little ding. But on this card, or on a card that I have differently, it's a Patrick Mahomes rookie. It has that same surface ding. I don't know if it, I don't know if it's just that card in particular. Obviously, sometimes they go by. But if this card gets a 10, you know what I mean? That could be huge. Have that same surface ding on that Mahomes, and it's in a PSA 10. So if it gets a 10, very, very much happy with that one. My guess it does have a chance to get a low 8. My actual guess is it's going to be a 9, hopefully, on that card. This one is a Lindecki hash marks. Super sick hollow auto silver prism. I think this one gets a 10. I don't think this one has much, if any, errors or flaws on it. Let me look at the Lindecki. So auto, it has print lines running vertical from the body on the front, actually. So it does have a chance to get a 9, potentially. I don't think it does. It's so beautiful. I just think that it will get a 10. So my guess is still a 10 on that guy. This is a case hit luminosity from Luminance of Saquon Barkley. He is now on the Eagles. He's also been talked about in Hard Knocks, obviously being on the Giants. But that's like the only clips I've seen from Hard Knocks this year. So kind of good timing to get this card, and hopefully maybe, obviously I'm going to get it back a lot later. But I think he's going to have a big year. Maybe 12 touchdowns is a good mark for him to hit. Maybe more, obviously. But Saquon Barkley, case hit. I think it has a chance of getting a high 10, low 9, or a 10. It has very slight, small print lines by the hands on the front. Other than that, flawless, beautiful. So my guess is a 10 on this case hit, Saquon Barkley. Hopefully that one does get a 10 there. Dalton Kincaid on the Orange by Storm. It's numbered to, I think it might be 75 on this card. So, pretty cool one. Dalton Kincaid, I think he's going to have a huge year also. very minimal surface flaws slash damage, I think is what I put on it. Has a high 10 to a 9. I put question mark on the 9, low 9. My guess is it gets a 10, hopefully, on that guy as well. Randy Moss, Purple Cracked Ice Prism Color Match. Number to 225 there on the Randy Moss. Hopefully gonna be getting, it says high 10, low 9. I doubt it gets a 9 I put on it. My guess is it's 10. So I think it has a low 9, the lowest grade it'll get is a 10, hopefully. I doubt it gets a 9 as its low grade. It's beautiful, like one surface spec, maybe a few other imperfections. So I think it gets a 10, hopefully. This is a Vector. This is a case hit SSP CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb, I think, is a huge player. Very popular. Superstar on CeeDee Lamb. It's a case hit SSP. Very slight horizontal print lines on the front. So I think it has a chance of getting a high 10, low 9 to 10. I guess it does get a 10, hopefully, on that one. So that is this pile here. I might have like 2 or 3 more cards, potentially. We'll see. I'm going to have to look through, do that right now. But, yeah, I'll look through and do that right now. So, what was a nanosecond for you guys? Took me 3 hours time about. I didn't just do this, so, you know, but I searched every single one of these cards for more grading potentials, and I came up with 2. 2 cards. But crazy to think that all these cards just really aren't even worth it to grade for one reason or the other. I think, honestly, I think one dealer I bought from, like, most of these came from one particular dealer, like, from, let me just try to figure out where from here to here, we're all, let me see, from this pile right here, we're from one dealer. Pretty much tried to grab some grade potential stuff, but none of them were gradable. So I think that grader, or that dealer, was just a grader, and he was just offloading all the stuff that wasn't capable of being graded. Could have been some really sick ones to add in PSA 10s, especially, especially like 9s in some cases, depending on the card, obviously. But all of these ones that I checked were not capable of being graded for one reason or another. That would have been a really cool one. That one would have been a really cool one too. The Trey McBride, Teal Velocity. I think there's a couple graders that try to just sell everything to me that's not gradable. But that's the name of the game, you know. But all of these cards, didn't even check through them before. All those were not capable of being graded. Well, we did walk away with 2 potential gems. I think these have decent or good shots at gemming. So getting a PSA 10, hopefully. I don't think there's been any 10 cells that I can find, at least. Not sure about this one. I just know it's a Patrick Mahomes card. Fireworks on the silver disco no huddle. I would just keep it, especially if it 10s, if I can't get a decent value for it. And then the Brilliance Joe Burrow, beautiful insert with the no huddle parallel. So I would just, you know, I wouldn't care to keep both of these. I don't think I have another Joe Burrow or Mahomes in the sub, so kind of a huge thing. Oh, I do have a Joe Burrow, sorry, but I don't have a Patrick Mahomes in the sub. So yeah, might as well get a potential gem, hopefully, into that submission. I'm gonna add those. I'm gonna get the total. I'm gonna put a screenshot of how much this is gonna cost me, estimated with tax or something like that, whatever the estimated number is. Then I'm gonna have to try to get this thing sent out. I have about 11 days. 11 days to send this thing out, and I don't have a printer, so I'm gonna have to figure that out. I won't buy a printer this time, I don't think. Maybe in the future. Might order one eventually, pretty soon. We'll see. I gotta prepare this submission. Gotta wipe it all down again. Make sure they're all maybe in new sleeves also. Maybe new card savers. We'll see. I don't know. But yeah, so this is the submission. Really cool stuff in here. I'm really excited to see what it comes back as. Do a blind reveal. Hopefully we get some 10s. Hopefully we get a lot better grades than what we're thinking. Hopefully we add to some of the highest populations, or get even higher, or the highest graded population, you know. Get higher than what they are in some cases, like in the Travis Kelce and the Marvin Harrison. Hopefully we, you know, upgrade that highest PSA grade. But I appreciate every single one of you very, very much, and I will see you in the next one. Take it easy. Have a good one.